Will Nikon beat the Canon EOS R1 to market with its own Nikon ZH, a high-speed professional camera that's on the same level as the Sony A9 Mark III? According to Andrea Pizzini, the Nikon ZH will be announced soon and have a global shutter. The specs of the Nikon ZH will match those of the A9 III, leaving Canon as the only company without a global shutter in any segment. And that's a really big deal. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard about the Nikon Z8. In fact, Nikon Rumors talked about this as a wild rumor some months ago. But this is the first time we're hearing anything from Sony Alpha Rumors, and Andrea Pizzini, well, he's been pretty accurate when it comes to, Nikon cameras in the past. The Nikon ZF, for example. He got that camera correct as well as the timeline, in fact, beating out Nikon Rumors with correct information. So the fact that we're supposed to be getting a competitor to the A9 III, the Canon R3, the Nikon ZH with a high-speed camera. Now what this indicates, what it means by high-speed camera is that we're probably not going to get the same resolution as the Nikon Z9, so no 45 megapixels, but somewhere around 24 megapixels, and it is going to have a global shutter. So that's a really big deal because, well, we've got the Paris Summer Olympics coming up in just a couple of months. And having a high-speed camera is very important. This means somewhere north of 30 or maybe even 40 frames per second lossless RAW. And with a global shutter, that's a pretty big deal. It's going to get a lot of people excited, especially a lot of Nikon customers, and have a lot of Canon customers saying, well, wait a minute here. Where's my Canon EOS R1? Normally we would get an announcement in January, and here we are in February and nothing. And then just a couple of weeks ago, Canon Rumors came out and told us that the Canon EOS R1 and the R5 Mark II are going to be announced around the same time, in late April or early May. So let's quickly turn to the specifications of the Canon EOS R1 and the EOS R5 Mark II to see how well they'll line up with the Nikon ZH. Oh, wait, we don't have any leaked specifications. We don't have any leaked images. We don't have a development announcement. We don't have anything from Canon in any way whatsoever. But we do have a Nikon ZH that's supposed to be announced very, very soon. Now, there's no indication as to what very soon means. In the next couple of weeks, next month, or next week. We just don't know. But when it comes to this source that Andrea Pizzini keeps talking about, he has been very accurate in the past. And if you look at the past couple of years with Sony Alpha Rumors, from the A7R5, the A7C II, the A7CR, the A6700, the Nikon ZF, the Canon 200 to 800 millimeter. Are you noticing a bit of a trend here? When it comes to camera gear, it's not just Sony that Andrea Pizzini is able to land. He's able to break news across all barriers. And that's why I think this is pretty credible. This is pretty exciting to have a Nikon ZH with a global shutter to compete against the Sony A9 Mark III. How will it perform in low light? Well, that's something I'm really interested in seeing. What about dynamic range? All those things, frame rates, resolution. I'm going to be sticking to this story quite closely to see what we might end up with. And with the lack of anything from Canon, I wonder, well, if you're in the market for the Canon EOS R1 and the R3, how does the A9 III make you feel? How does the Nikon ZH make you feel? Are you interested in switching, or are you just getting frustrated without any sort of communication from Canon? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. But this is definitely earth-shattering, at least in the camera market, because the Paris Olympics, the Summer Olympics, which are held every year, it's kind of like the Grand Prix for cameras. It is where all the camera makers get to show off the best of the best that they've been working on for the past 4 to 6 years. And to have Sony announce several months ago the A9 Mark III, which started shipping last month, and to have Nikon with their ZH, a competitor to the A9 Mark III, but nothing from Canon, the market leader. And when it comes to overall sales as a camera company, they do have the largest market share. But Sony just recently said at CP Plus that they will be #1 in 2024. Sony and Nikon have laid down the gauntlet. Both of them had their flagship mirrorless cameras released at least 2 years ago, going on 3 for the A9 I. Where's Canon, the previous market leader? Where are they with the Canon EOS R1, the EOS R5 Mark II? Where's the development announcement? And this is what's got many of us wondering. Why so long? What's holding them up? Are they perfecting the camera? Are they working on some software issues? Because at this point in the game, if they are coming out with an announcement, let's say April or May, the hardware is already figured out. To go back and redesign the hardware would push these cameras into the fall or into 2025, and that would be an absolute disaster. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and if you're interested in purchasing any of the camera gear that I've talked about, such as the A9 Mark III, lenses, the R3, it's down to $49.99, then please consider using my affiliate links down below. These guys right here, I have them in the description, as I get anywhere from 2 to 12% back, and that's what really does help this channel grow, allowing me to purchase lenses like the 100 to 500, the 200 to 800, the R5, and then the R5 Mark II when it comes out. So a big thanks to all of you that have purchased using my affiliate links in the past. It's very much appreciated. And also, if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest regarding the Nikon ZH or the Canon EOS R1 and that the new rivalry that seems to be heating up, then go ahead and subscribe, choose all notifications, and also follow me on X. But that's it for now. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you again soon.